Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Michelle Marie, and I am the owner and operator of Astrological Tarot. My website is astrologicaltarot.com, and I am a both Vedic and Western astrologer, as well as a tarot and oracle reader, and I am so glad to have you all here today. If you're wondering why the amazing Tanis and our guests are absent, Tanis had a tornado hit her town. So she has been without power since the 21st. So if you can send her really good vibes, and let's hope we can get her back next week with our guest and we can do the full show then. But in the meantime, I would like to do an unboxing of the Creativity Oracle by both Monte Farber, and Amy Zerner. And this is brand new. You can see it's still in the plastic wrap. I haven't opened it yet. And it's Visions of Enchantment to Guide and Inspire Magic Makers. Now, I found that this is a really good tool because I've seen other people use it, including internet entrepreneur and father of the internet, one of the fathers of the internet, Jeff Pulver. So I've seen this deck in action, and I found it to be really insightful. It's not just for magic creators. It's also for crafters. It's for artists. It's for writers. I've seen it used in so many different modalities. And so I'm really excited to open this and share it with you. And we can do some readings today too. So if you have any readings or questions, go ahead and put them in the comments and I'll make sure to get to them. Hi, Rachel. Yes, a tornado, Rachel. A tornado hit her town. It's in Ottawa. She lives in Ottawa. So if you YouTube tornado Ottawa or big storm Ottawa, they got hit really hard. It was a really big, significant storm. So yeah, we really hope she's doing okay. I have been in touch with her via Facebook, and she's been checking in. And other than some cold showers that she has to deal with, she's okay. Her family is okay. Their house is okay. They just don't have any power or warm water. So she's like, I'm pretending to live in a cottage is what she told me. So yeah, send her lots of good vibes for me. Thank you, Rachel. I appreciate it. And I agree. It's terrible. So hopefully she'll be with us next week. Okay, so here's the Creativity Oracle. It comes with a fun little book. And see how it opens? That's great. There it is. And then I'm going to remove the book here. Okay. Ooh, it's about this thick. Okay. And then here's what it looks like on the inside. A lot of text. Monte is such a good writer. And then, so they have a photo of each card and the meaning. Now, because this is a new deck, I'm going to be using the book. I normally never do this because I get to know a deck before I do something, but I want to see this thing in action today. And I'm also going to use some decks that I'm familiar with so I can get deeper into your questions. And hey, Mercedes, good to see you. Oh, yes, I'm glad she's okay. It really is brutal. And thank you, Mercedes, for tipping. And Rachel, you're going to get your questions answered today. Right now, I'm doing an unboxing of Amy Zerner and Monte Farber's Creativity Oracle. And I just opened the book, and now I'm unboxing the cards. Lots of writers in the Farber family, yes. Yes. Okay. I love the art that you're doing, Rachel. I think that's really special. But I love the one of you and Ollie. That's my favorite so far that you've created. Oh my gosh, these cards are stunning. They've got gold edges. They're really look at the stock on these. That is thick. That is a thick card, and it has gold. So you can see the gold lining there. Oh my gosh, they put some money into this. Okay, yeah, this is how thick the deck is. Look at that. Look how shiny and pretty it is. Oh my gosh, I'm really excited to use this. I'll have to break it up a little bit so that I can get the right questions for you guys. Ooh, and I already have a few that want to show themselves to me. Nature, go out in nature. Well, I live in nature, so that's good. Okay, these are a little stuck together. Let's see, because that's new. Yeah, I love Amy and Monte's work. I think it's fabulous. They're amazing people. They've got a lot of books out, and other tools that I use, like the Karma cards, are by Monte Farber, and that's my favorite deck to use on the show. I agree, Mercedes. It's a beautiful deck. Let's just pull one card off the top here. Happy accident. Fortunate accidents can act as guides to edit. Be open to where you should go next. That's interesting. And it's got a woman sitting here in a gown, looking out into some flowers and some fields. Okay. Hey, Karen. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. We are looking at the Creativity Oracle. It is a deck by Monte Farber and Amy Zerner. Amy's the artist. Monte's the writer. They're a husband and wife team, and they're absolutely fabulous. So I'm just breaking in this new deck. And while I do that, I am going to go ahead and give you guys some of the astrology stuff that's going on. Okay. So the main thing that we're going through right now is Mercury retrograde. That's the big thing. Okay. And we're going to be going through that until June 3rd. Now, once we get through that, you can really start to kind of relax in your communications a little bit. I tell people not to put off their communications, so to speak, when they're doing, when they're undergoing Mercury retrograde, because it does happen 3 times a year, but just to be extra careful, to review, revise, reflect before moving forward on any significant project or goal. Cross those T's and dot those I's. And it's happening on my Lagna this year. So I've already seen it at work and in other places. So I don't know if you guys have been experiencing it in different ways, but it's always a little interesting. And in Western astrology, it's occurring in Gemini. In Vedic, it's occurring in Taurus. So, okay. And then additionally, this Sunday, Mars and Jupiter are going to go to war. And that's at 9 degrees and 9 of Pisces in the nakshatra of Uttara Bhadra. So that's when Mars, the inner warrior, desires passion, and Jupiter, which is, religion, culture, spirituality, travel, luck, gurus, higher education, they basically go to war. So Jupiter wants to revel in spirituality, and Mars becomes a spiritual warrior. So you can manage to combine your passion for spirituality and your desire to expand your consciousness to mitigate this energy. So that's something to keep in mind. Let's see. It's basically a good day to do something for your, we got a flyer, spiritual practice. So this is what we can do for the war. Analyze. Okay, well, this is good for the Mercury retrograde that we have going on. Analyze. And it's a really pretty bird. Your time is well spent analyzing, but only up to where you become too attached to any particular outcome. I tend to overanalyze. I don't know about you guys, but so there's a little message from Spirit that flew out of this fabulous new deck. Gosh, it is so pretty, you guys. I mean, look at the gold on the edges and just the artwork. And Amy's a collage artist, so she's she hand does every single one of these, and Monte creates all of the text for it. And I've seen their charts. They're super compatible when it comes to working together in both business and in creating tools. And they have some additional tools coming out as well. They've got the Intuition Oracle coming out and some other stuff. Their book is also out. And what I love about Amy's book is it really fits her Mars, Jupiter. She has a Mars Jupiter conjunction in Uttara Bhadra Nakshatra, the thing I just talked about. And this also brings out art, people who create art, because they see art as a form of self-expression for them. So, she's a renowned artist. She's a collage designer, fashion designer, and this is her newest book. And it goes into all of the enchanted worlds, and it provides a visual of her life. So it's really beautiful. Like, I'll show it to you. So she incorporates astrology, the tarot, various forms of spirituality, all things magical and mystical, into each of her divinely inspired pieces. I mean, her stuff is just from another world, literally. So you can look up this on amyzerner.com. I mean, look at these. Oh, who wouldn't want to wear that? That's stunning. So May 29th is when Jupiter and Mars form an exact conjunction, that war I was talking about. So that's going to be a really wonderful time to develop your creative and your spiritual expression. And you can choose an activity on that day that really strikes your soul and just gets into that artistic energy. I know, Rachel, you're getting into painting. So this would be a good day to maybe think of some spiritual paintings that you can create. So, yep, they're going to go their separate ways on May 31st. So, yeah, the other energies that we're also going to be feeling are, Rachel, you say, oh God, no more. Well, we're going to be feeling the lunar eclipse for a little bit longer because it was 85 minutes long. So a lot of the people and clients that I have that had any planets in Vishaka Nakshatra, which is where the lunar eclipse took place, had a few upheavals during that time, depending on where it landed in their which house it landed in and what aspects were going on. It was a bit of a doozy, but the solar eclipse, as I told Tanis, happened on her ascendant, and then her neighbor got hit by a tornado. So I just said, secure your base, make sure that you're covered, and the tornado hit. So it's really powerful to see how astrology can be formed in action. I remember Monte Farber, who is the writer for all of these cards and decks, said, secure your base, when Saturn and Uranus were directly squaring 3 times in the last 2 years. And we did. We had extra stuff on hand. We made sure that, we had food and resources. And then we had flooding in Washington that turned us into an island. And at least where we were, because we're at a low point, we couldn't get access to groceries for almost 2 weeks, but we had a stockpile. So astrology is pretty amazing. Okay. Facebook user, hi, Michelle Marie. We're here. So nice of you. That is an interesting name, Facebook user. I don't know how you got that name, but it's good to see you. I don't know what your name is. Okay. Let's see. Just looking at your questions here. Lots of writers. Yes, that sounds right. So Mercedes, let's just go ahead and get to your question first because you tipped first. And then I'm going to get to yours too. Okay, Rachel? So go ahead and write yours in the comments. Hello, my question for this week is this. Let's put you up here. How do I fix this weight issue that I've been dealing with for the past few years? I'm on thyroid and pituitary meds, work with an intense trainer 6 times a week. Oh, wow. Except for the past few days because of COVID. So I'm sorry you got COVID. Oh my goodness. Stick to a super healthy trainer, created meal plan, but nothing helps. And my weight is just way higher than it has been at any other period of my life. Okay, the first question, without even looking at my cards, is how much stress are you under? Because when we are super, super stressed, we tend to put on weight because our body is in what's called a fight or flight response. So really assess your stress levels and see if there's ways that you can mitigate that through self-care and techniques. The thing that I do is I lost about, oh my gosh, 20 pounds when I went vegetarian and when I started practicing a little bit more self-care, and I'm a much healthier weight. And I also got away from toxic personality types because I'm getting that, like I think I read for you before, and you have some of those in the workplace. So doing some remedies like getting up in the morning and doing a little bit of yoga and some breathing exercises, that would be really good for your music practice, is really going to help you with, and I know you have the healthy trainer and the meal plan and all of that. I would also look into Ayurveda. That's really been helping me. You could go and you could look up what is my Ayurvedic dosha. It's Ayurvedic DOSHA, and you can take a test online and you can see what foods are compatible and incompatible with you. Ooh, we got a flyer for you. Okay. Direction. Switch gears, reboot, try a different direction. This flew out. Okay, you can see there's a heron that's literally flying away. I'm going to go ahead and get the book because this really flew out for you. You need to try something different because it's not working. Okay. And like I said, maybe look to an Ayurvedic specialist because that's the first thing that popped into my mind. And I'm just recently started studying that. And you just happen to be here today. That can't be a coincidence. So let's see what Spirit says from this fabulous book from the Creativity Oracle. Okay, this is really easy to read and to look over too. And this is number 39. The direction card is an indication that you or a situation in question would benefit from a change. An example would be starting a screenplay and then turning it into a novel, or taking a symphony and turning it into an opera. This card is a reminder that you should give the initial direction you choose a fair try, but there are several ways to creatively approach this challenge. And don't be concerned about your connection to any one of them. This card is an indication that you need to allow yourself to be directed by another for at least a time, for one aspect of the situation at hand. You asked about the situation you are considering and which would be directing like a play or a film. And this card is a strong confirmation that is the way that things should be done. So this talks about writing. You asked about your fitness and diet, and I heard Ayurveda. So if there is an Ayurvedic specialist that you could look into, maybe take an online test to figure out what dosha you are, that could really help. Like, for instance, I have gastrointestinal issues because I'm a vata, and I found some supplements and vitamins that I can take. I actually gave up a few foods that were drying me out and, incorporated yoga, cooling foods. Okay. So Ayurvedic dosha, definitely look into that because Spirit is saying that's for you. Okay. And that should really turn things around for you, Mercedes. I'm going to see if I can get anything else from another deck here. Okay, Wild Goddess said no. Let's look at karma cards. Thanks for being patient with me, guys, because it's just me today. I appreciate your patience. Ooh, that's clear. Ooh. Okay, so I got Gemini and Capricorn. These are really good. So Geminis are very, they're social, they're connectors, they're bridge makers. They are kind of quick with their speech, okay? They're also... they're vata based. They're highly communicative. So what this is telling me is you need to communicate with someone in a very practical way, which is Capricorn, in a very resourceful way to come up with a new plan because the current one is not working for you. Okay, there are some vitamins that you can go on. There are some things that you can eliminate from your diet that can help. For me, I eliminated meat because that was something that I was having trouble digesting, in addition to certain grains. I tried going completely vegan for a while, and I ended up going vegetarian because I needed probiotics from yogurt in my diet. I don't eat a whole lot of it, but it just works for me. So you've got to find something that works specifically for you because we all have very unique bodies and body types. And if you go to a specialist, they'll be able to really sit down with you, give you a rundown what your overall dosha is. You can be more than one, like you can be vata pitta, or you could be kapha vata. There's many different combinations that you can have, but what you can do is then plan out a meal plan and then also an exercise plan that works for you. Some people need intense exercise. Other people tend to do better with lighter exercise. It just depends on how your unique body responds. Okay. All right, and I'm going to pull one from the Self-Care Oracle for you as well, because everyone needs a little self-care. Ooh, it's clear. Journal. Journal what you're eating. I used to keep a journal, like, okay, I have a stomach ache, I'm bloated, what did I just eat? This can help you determine what foods are incompatible with you. Okay, so that's something that you can do. Keep a journal. Every time you eat, go ahead and, have your meal. And then a few hours later, like on the side, say, okay, I feel this, this, and this. And then you can maybe better find out what you need to eliminate from your diet. Okay, you can also get tested by a medical nutritionist or physician to find out if there's any allergies that are coming your way. Okay. Oh, you're so welcome, Mercedes. Awesome. I'm so glad that was helpful. Yeah, I just got into this because I'm taking a course in Vedic astrology and Ayurveda. And it's fascinating because you look at someone's chart and you can determine what their Ayurvedic constitution is and then provide answers to all of that. So that's something that I'm still getting my certification in. So I'd recommend you out for that. But there's plenty of Ayurvedic licensed certified professionals. And I know that Tanis might have some connections to you, so you can reach out to her to see if she knows anybody. Hey, Amber, good to see you. You're so welcome, Mercedes. Yes, Amber, you can have a reading. I'm going to do Rachel first because she tipped, okay, and she's been here, but you can go ahead and ask your question. It's good to see you. All right, let's see. And Jasmine, yes, you can have a reading too. Again, I'm going in order and tippers come first. Let's see if I can get this to focus on me. Okay, I'm already in a better mood just by being here. Oh, Rachel, you're so sweet. Okay, so what is your question? Let's see if I can find it. Oh, so Rachel says, Mercedes, I have an Ayurvedic healer here. So there you go. You can connect. Okay. Parman, can we see more cards from that beautiful deck? Yes, you can. I'm going to be pulling from the Creativity Oracle as we go. Thank you. Okay, here you are, Rachel. Okay. My question is, I got a call back for an opera company. Oh my goodness, this is the perfect deck for you. In Sweden, and I am psyched. I'm in workhorse mode, a lot of prep, I bet, and waiting on Army's approval. Any cards for this? I am so ready to move on. The past 2 weeks have been beyond toxic. I feel pressed down and negative from all the betrayal I experienced this week. Oh, I'm so sorry. You know, unfortunately, what eclipses do, and I told you the solar eclipse occurred on your moon and on your north node. What they do is they reveal secrets. Like, for instance, we had the eclipse in Bharani, and Bharani rules the yoni or the womb. Hello. Wow, you got some falling out already. And right after the eclipse, the Supreme Court announced, well, they had leaked, I should say, their decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. So that's just one example of a secret coming out on a collective level. But people tend to show their more true colors in and around eclipses, and secrets and hidden intentions tend to come out. So that's kind of what's going on with your chart and why it's a little harder for you than other people. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Gosh, this deck is so gorgeous. All right. Willpower. I know you have a lot of this, but it says willpower. Here's your card. I'm going to go ahead and remove your question here so we can, there it is. You can see the card. Willpower. It's a beautiful native priestess. It looks like a bear in the corner. Use your willpower to bravely overcome thoughts of compromise and defeat. So this is telling me that Spirit is saying you're feeling defeated, and that's never a good thing. Okay. Let's see. This card is an indication that the situation in question requires that you do not compromise, but exert your willpower to get your way. It's also a reminder that within you, you have a valiant warrior who is always ready to stand up and defend your right to live your life, to live life creatively. From your willpower comes your competence and resolve to initiate action and bring it into a successful conclusion, no matter what obstacles you face. Although you are imperfect, as we all are, no matter your physical size or strength, your willpower can enable you to identify and use your many strengths to overcome the limiting flaws that derail so many creative projects and cause poor decision-making. That is the root of all human suffering. So this is telling me you need to channel your inner warrioress in order to deal with this and really ask yourself, you know, how do I want to be treated? How do I want to move forward with my life and live a life that I find rewarding and meaningful? So because you got a very warrior-like card, I'm going to go ahead and pull something from the Wild Goddess Oracle for you. Oh, that's a definite hello. Oh, I got the Inventor. That's an interesting one. So you see she's got the crystal there, the quartz crystal. And then she's got, looks like a morganite in her headdress. This is a good time to amplify your focus and to clear and purify the space in your world and in your mind to make ready for something new. You're starting something new. That's clear, because when you have your nodal return, they usher in a newness. So what I got was use your willpower to usher in a new energy. Okay, this is going to make way. Once you kind of get through this and you learn to really stand up for yourself, because you told me what happened last week and it was inappropriate at best. And I hope you went to HR and tried to resolve some of those things. And if you're not able to, if it's that much of a toxic environment, then use your willpower to invent something new for yourself and for your future moving forward. Okay, so let's see how the prep, Army's approval. Okay. Are you asking if the Army is going to improve it or not? Yes, being an opera singer in Europe, hopefully. Okay. So it's escalated quite a bit at work. I'm sorry to hear that. Ugh. I worked in a toxic work environment. I don't, more than one. They're not fun, especially when you are an empath. Okay, so let's get some cards for being an opera singer in Europe. Again, this is a new deck and they're sticking on me, so I just want to make sure they're really well shuffled before I pull something. Hello. Counsel. Okay. Seek out counsel of those whose lives and creative work you most admire. I just got an image of you finding someone that you greatly, greatly admire and being an intern under them. Basically, working with and through them, because this is, I mean, you're at an age now where you're ready to step up and master something. Okay, especially when it comes to music, because you've been doing this for so long. You're already a master violinist. You're already a wonderful singer, but this is someone who could show you the ropes. There's someone that you can connect with that can get you in the industry. Okay. What I learned growing up is it's not always what you know, it's who you know. So you got to find that who. And I'm getting that this is an older woman that can help you. Okay. So really, really look for her. And let's see. All right. Let's see. That's pretty much what I got for you, Rachel. Let's see if there's anything else in the Creativity Oracle. Oh, and Curiosity. That's a good one. You know, be spontaneous, wander, move forward, look ahead, stretch above your present current. You're like, be curious, get out there, really put yourself out there for just finding this person. Okay. She's a mezzo. Monte. Oh, it's Monte Farber. Oh my gosh, Monte, it's so good to see you. I was wondering who Facebook user was. I'm showing your fabulous creativity oracle. You're an Amy's fabulous creativity oracle. And we also showed off your newest book, Enchanted Worlds. And we talked about the Jupiter-Mars conjunction coming up and how that relates to Amy being an artist. And just to let everybody else know here, he is also the author of Mindful Astrology. If you want to know more about your rising, your sun, and your moon, this is a fabulous book. I highly recommend it. I've been in Western astrology for over 20 years, and he knows what he's talking about. He's been doing it longer than I've been alive. He's the master. Okay. All right, Rachel. Well, I hope that was helpful. Okay. And let's see. Michelle Marie, we don't know why Amy's post says Facebook user. Well, Meta's going through a big overhaul too. Amy is here too, but it's saying Facebook user. Well, you're welcome to join me on the show if you guys like. I can send you a link. Otherwise, if you're comfortable being in the audience, you're welcome to. I know how busy you both are. You're working on so many projects right now. I was telling people earlier about your intuition oracle that's coming out. I'm really excited to do an unboxing of that. So you guys can pre-order it on Amazon. And if you like the Creativity Oracle, the link is in the description. You can buy it directly from them, okay, at the Enchanted Worlds. And everybody loves the gold siding of these cards, too. It's just fabulous. And that stock. Fabulous. Very well done. Never too busy for you. Oh, my gosh. You guys want to have them on the show? Okay, I'm going to send you a link. I'll send it via Facebook. Just give me a second, guys, because I'm the only one here. Okay, invite. Copy clipboard. Oh, my camera just turned off. Okay, I'll be back, guys. Okay. Stop cam. Okay, let me just go to my cam. Snap. Oh, good. Yay. All right, I'm back, guys. Just give me a second. I'm dealing with some tech stuff. I logged into another window. Okay. All right, let's see. And then I'm going to try to go into Facebook here, and I'm going to send Monte and Amy an invite. Yay. All right, let's go to Monte Farber. Okay, it's slow because I have a lot of stuff running, guys. Thanks for being patient. Okay. There you are. And paste. Sent. Okay, Monte, you should have received it. And I'm going to try to get my camera. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, let's see. There. Okie dokie. Let's go ahead and open this. All right, Monte, I sent it to you. This is so exciting. Oh my goodness. Let me turn my camera on. There I am. Hey guys. Hey Tamia McGee. Okay, I have a question for you. What will be the outcome of my show idea being submitted to Stampede Media? Okay, when we get on, we will do a reading. Wait for... Okay, so we got our two tippers, Mercedes and Rachel, and we're just waiting for Monte to come on. So thank you so much for being patient, you guys. I usually have more than one person on the show with me, so I'm able to kind of mitigate this a little better. Okay, let's see. Just looking at your comments here. Okay, so while we're waiting for Amy and Monte to join us, we're going to go ahead and answer a question. Who was next? Mercedes, Rachel. Jasmine Rose. Hi, may I please have a reading about love? Yes, you may. Okay, Jasmine Rose, you were next in line. So we are using the Creativity Oracle by Monte Farber and Amy Zerner. So I'm going to pull a few cards with that. And it's just a gorgeous new deck. I just did an unboxing, Jasmine. We appreciate your energy here today. Okay. So the first card I got for you is Explore. You can see the Explorer here. It's waiting for the ships, etc., to come in. Oh, this is stunning. You can see the bluebird in the corner. I don't know if bluebirds are of special significance to you, but that's the first thing that I noticed in the corner of the card. And it's trust your imagination to help your journey through your inner landscape to find what you seek. So this tells me that you need to, this is kind of reminds me of the World card. Okay, so you need to kind of expand your awareness when it comes to love and really spread your wings, because the bluebird really stood out for me for you just because there's something symbolic about you spreading your wings and allowing yourself to expand your awareness about your love life. Okay. And then I'm going to see if there's anything in the karma cards, also from Monte Farber and Amy Zerner. Oh, actually, Monte Farber. He was with Amy when he made these, so she taught him astrology. Ooh, 11th house. Yay. This is a really good house to get, okay, because this shows your tribe. And your tribe is your friends, your associations. So this tells me that in getting out and finding people that you have a lot of common associations with, that you will be able to find someone that really connects with you, not just on maybe a physical level, which is always a good thing, but also a spiritual and just an overall interest level. Okay, so get out there. You're going to probably find this person in your tribe, your circle of friends, your associations. That's how I found my husband. We were friends for years before we did anything, just because that's just how it worked. And we have a really good marriage because we're best friends. So that's a really good card. Okay, and then I'll see if I can get anything from the Wild Goddess Oracle for you. This is also Amy Zerner and Monte Farber. This shows you that you can use all these decks simultaneously as well. Ooh, that's very clear. Ooh, the mermaid. I love this card. Oh, it's so pretty. There's a lot of blue in each of these cards. Okay. Look below the surface of your emotional reactions to see what's really going on, for things are not always what they seem. And I think that your tribe, that 11th house energy, is really going to help you with that, really making those connections with your friends. And then, you know, what the mermaid is also telling me, what Spirit is telling me through this card, is that this can help you avoid red flags that you might have faced with past relationships. Okay. Because, looking kind of below the surface is what they're telling me for you to do when it comes to this person. I'm in a situation with someone already and I don't know what's happening. Well, that's why you got the mermaid. Ask your friends, ask your tribe. You've got the mermaid, and explore. Trust your imagination. Okay, this is going to help you find what you seek. They're telling me you do have a very imaginative spirit, and this can really help you dig a little deeper and maybe run past a few things with your friends, because sometimes when we are in the thick of it, we don't see it for exactly what it is, because that's what the mermaid is asking you to do, is to dive a little deeper. So explore, dive deeper, involve your tribe, run a few things past them. They might see something that you don't, and they can kind of give you some of the knowledge that you're seeking. Okay. All right. I hope that was helpful. I hope you find some answers. Okay. Let's get on to some other questions. And Amy and Monte, that's totally fine. If you're having technical issues, then I understand. It's Mercury retrograde, everybody. Oh, you're welcome, Jasmine Rose. Okay, let's see who's next. All right. All right, Amber, can I have a reading, please? Yes, Amber. Have I been making the right decisions lately? Oh, that's an excellent question. Well, know that it's Mercury retrograde. So we need to all reflect and review our decision-making, our intellect, because Mercury rules the intellect. Mercury rules the way that we interact with the world on a cerebral level, okay? It's our communications. So I'm going to see if I can find a good card for you here. Amber. Okay, these are so big and sturdy. I'm going to do the drop method. Very clear. Okay. I'm just getting to know this deck. It's so fabulous. Oh my gosh, this is such a beautiful card. Okay, I'll show it to you. Look at that. Reflection. Time to focus, balance, reflect, and guide yourself past stumbling blocks. Ooh. To make the right actions. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the book or guide that comes with the cards. And I'm going to see if it has a little bit more information and see if spirit jumps out at me or says anything further. Okay. Reflection. I'm going to hold up the card so you can see how gorgeous it is. Look at that. Did my nails just for you guys. Okay. The reflection card is an indication that problems you may be having with the matter in question are the result of too much activity or forward movement and not enough taking time to calmly evaluate the situation, either on your part or the part of the other person involved. It is an invitation to sit comfortably, breathe slowly and deeply, and to experience your present situation lightly in your mind's eye, the center of your consciousness. It is time to see things as they really are, stripped of all extraneous trappings like expectations or recognition. The creative process often creates numerous secondary attachments and unintended consequences that can easily confuse and disorganize even the best of intentions and the most organized efforts. Reflection is the pause that refreshes. It should be an integral part of every creative endeavor, especially at their beginning, midpoint, and end. Okay, Amber, what stands out to you in the card? If you take a really good look at it, what is it in the card that really pops for you? If you're still here. Because for me, it's the butterfly. There's some transformation that needs to occur. Okay. And through reflection and through refocusing yourself, you can make a lot of transformation. Okay. Let's see. Making the right decisions lately. Now I'm going to go ahead and pull some from the Karma cards and from the Wild Goddess for you to see if there's anything else. So again, you got reflection. Take time to reflect. That can help you renew your mind. Okay. And oh, very clear. You got 2 Karma cards. Lucky. Okay, I got Scorpio. That's transformation. Okay. So that was pretty much, the butterfly stood out for me in the reflection card, okay, for you. And then I got Scorpio. Scorpio is all about transformation. It's all about digging deeper, getting to, this says the secrets of the purification to resurrect. Okay. So that's the energy, the astrological energy that I see for you. And then I got the third house. It's going to change the way that you communicate with others. So we're also, the third house is ruled by Mercury and Gemini. So, and it's being affected by the Mercury retrograde. So this is why you might be questioning the kinds of decisions that you're making right now. And that's completely normal, because that is how Mercury retrograde works. It asks us to revise, reflect, and review. So that is how you can make better decisions moving forward. It's not that you're making the wrong or the right decisions. It's just that you need to kind of transform the way that you're communicating so that you can do so on a much deeper level, because Scorpio is so deep. It's so transformative. It moves us into a new, brighter, lighter way of thinking and being, because we've dealt with some of those shadowy elements, or more elements that we're not really seeing, that are in the dark. Puts a light on, it forces us to put a light in the darker areas of our lives and our communications. Okay. So that's what Spirit's working on for you. And I hope that works out. Okay. So let's go on to our next question. Thank you for joining us, Amber. I really appreciate your energy today. Okay. It's okay. It's Monte. Okay. I have a question for you. What will be the outcome of my show idea being submitted to Stampede Media? Okay. Shuffle my cards a bit here. I'm excited for you. You guys have so many projects going on. It's just so inspiring. I was speaking earlier about some new Vedic techniques that I'm taking to increase my energy, and I kind of overdid it because I got up at 4 o'clock this morning to do yoga, and I'm like, oh, maybe those figs I had for dessert are probably a little too much sugar. But oh goodness, trying to keep up with you guys. You're amazing. Okay, so let's do the Creativity Oracle first, because that's the gem. Oh, we got a flyer. Oh my gosh, this is so perfect for you. I got Free Associate. The Free Associate. And let me look at this card. Oh, it's got a wolf. Okay, so you have a family of giraffes, and then you have the lone wolf in the bottom there. This kind of reminds me of your rising sign, Monte. So I'm going to go ahead, and you wrote this, but I'm going to read it for the audience so that they can see how fabulous this deck is, okay? And I'm just getting to know this deck, guys. I'll start using it more in my practice. If you'd like me to, go ahead and put that in the comments, and I'll start incorporating it with my Wild Goddess Oracle, my Karma cards, and my other decks, okay? So the Free Associate card is an invitation to pick an image on this card, the word in its text. Okay, so you get to pick an image. Or let's see. Oracles are tools for understanding. What is the first thing that the card's image or words bring to mind without you censoring it? There are giraffes. For me, it was the wolf. The wolf was the first thing that I saw, Monte. Lone wolf. So, let's see what it says. Families, yeah. The wolf seems to be clear and present danger to this family. Perhaps the meaning is that the family is too exposed to danger and should spend more time at home. Free association is an enjoyable way to expand your mind and become more intuitive. Time spent allowing your inner guidance system to speak to you using this technique can present you with concepts and plans of action that you might never have otherwise formulated. So, Monte, what was the image that occurred that you saw on this particular piece? It's a stampede. That's true. Well, I think the outcome's going to be good then. It is a stampede. Oh, that's too funny. Oh my goodness. Well, what I got from Spirit is that this is going to be a combination of your own, like I heard lone wolf. I didn't really, because the two scenes look different to me. My interpretation, just looking at the card, was that these were two separate scenes, and that the lone wolf will require you to do a lot of the introspective and intuitive work yourself, which I know you're used to, and that you will be able to work with Stampede to make your dreams come true, because I really love the stars. The stars up here really stand out to me too. Like they're going to help you in your individuality and your unique way of seeing the world. It's kind of a lone wolf. And I know you're not a lone wolf. You have Amy. But I'm seeing this as kind of like a combination of your energies. This like you're kind of separate from the rest of the world in the way that you think and the way that you see things. And when you get out in the world can basically put your work on stage and stampede it into the public. So, thank you. Thank you so much, Monte. Okay, I'm gonna pull a karma card for you too, because you asked about the outcome. Oh, very clear. You got 3 karma cards, of course. Oh. Wow. Okay, the first card I got was the Sun. I know you're a Leo rising, so just shine, be you. The second card I got was Pluto. So prepare for some transformation, okay? There might be a little bit of a power struggle when it comes to what you think should be done and what they're looking for. But just prepare for that, okay? Because I know that you can find a way to mitigate, because you're really used to working with different publishers and work in other agencies. And then I got the 9th house. Remember how I said that they're going to take your work as kind of this more isolated, intuitive, and expand it? That's the 9th house. There might be some travel involved. But the main thing I'm getting is that it's going to allow you to, okay, the image I just got from Spirit, because there's weather balloons on it, is they're taking your work and they're throwing it off of the balloon, and there are people that are catching it. So it's going to go a lot farther than you think. Okay, it could be involved in other countries or other areas that are beyond the scope of where you're really thinking. You're saying, hey, it's Hollywood. Oh, okay. I have Pluto on my ascendant. Okay, well, there you go. All right. Yes, the sun. Just shine, be you. Exactly. Yeah, Pluto on the ascendant. Holy transformation. My husband has Uranus on his ascendant. So you know what that means. It's been quite the trip. So, okay. Yes, 9th house is broadcasting. You're right. So broadcasting, because the thing I got, this is so weird, is that it's not literal, of course. It's an analogy of them taking your works, like it's like taking mindful astrology off of a weather balloon, and the people down there just catching it in crowds. That's the image that I got. So you're broadcasting your work out into the world, and it's going to be amazing. It's going to be transformative, and your Pluto on your ascendant is really going to apparently make an appearance and play a part in that process. So I'm really excited for you. Okay, let's see if we have any other questions here. Oh, Amber A, what am I working on? Okay, we'll make my communication better. Good. All right, I'm just to make sure I'm not missing anybody. Oh, okay, Tamia, we'll get to you. Thank you for joining, Monte. You're so awesome. And Amy, it's good to see you guys. All right, Tamia McGee, can you please tell me what will happen next in my life? It's in turmoil. Okay, I hear you. Custody battle. The list goes on. Thank you for your time. Oh, Tamia, I am so sorry to hear that you're going through a custody battle. Ugh, it's no fun. Legal stuff is, it's never fun to deal with, especially when it's involving families and children and homes. And wow, that flew right out for you. Okay. Oh, Tamia, I got overwhelmed. See, overwhelm. This is the card I got for you. You are feeling so overwhelmed. The hard work we love can leave us feeling burdened and drained and burnt out amongst other problems. Okay, I'm going to go ahead, because this is an unboxing. I'm going to go ahead and read the description from the book to give you a better idea of this card. And then I'm going to ask Spirit to better connect it to your situation using a couple of other decks. Okay, Tamia? I'm so sorry you're overwhelmed. Ugh. You know, the one thing I think is most important is that you practice self-care, because we only have one body, and that's the most important thing we need to take care of. So make sure you're taking care of you. So I'm going to hold up the card so you can see it while I'm reading, okay? This is just for you. The overwhelm card is an indication that your efforts to actualize your creativity must be balanced with rest. You must know that your limits and know your limits and avoid excesses. It can be a reminder that you are now, how to use your time, how to use your energy, how to use your resources, and is they can spare you from other challenges. And you can deal with a new one that is at hand. That would be this. Okay. The plan that you have conceived might be too much too soon or both. Another meaning could be that the key to formulating a creative solution to your challenge could be to overwhelm the problem, to come at it from as many angles as possible. In sport, this concept is called flooding the zone, putting all your players in one area so that an overwhelming force produces a desired outcome. That's genius. I wish I would have known that during my divorce. That is so good. Okay, so the first thing that shows up for me in this card is the woman. She has the astrology signs behind her. There's a butterfly that indicates transformation. She's got a couple of dogs here, but then there's a river behind her is what it looks like. Okay. So I really, really resonated, and I hope you did too, with the fact that you're going through this custody battle. What point of focus can you put all of your energy into to push it in the direction that it needs to? Okay, it's kind of like rerouting a river. If you don't like the way the river is running and you want it to, the image I'm getting is to go through your fields so that your fields get the water that they need for the next season so that your plants can grow, reroute the river. Okay, so pick a very specific energy. It might, you need to rest and meditate before you know the answer to this. Okay, because if you're overwhelmed, you're not going to necessarily come up with the best answer because you're responding out of fear or out of just being tired. Meditate, rest, eat well, secure your base, and sit down and try to journal an area regarding the situation that you can literally push and reroute the direction that this is going in. Okay, this person that you're battling probably better than other people do, probably better than themselves. That's what I'm getting from spirit. And if you use this technique to kind of overwhelm the situation in a positive way, you can reroute it in a direction that will help you during litigation. Okay. I'll pull a few other cards for you from the karma cards. Let's see. Oh, very clear. Uranus. Talking about being overwhelmed. Okay, you're going to have to start thinking of a new and innovative way to deal with this problem. It's basically forcing you spiritually to think outside of the box. Uranus rules Aquarius. Aquarians are the innovators of the zodiac. I have a moon in Aquarius. It's the same as an internet entrepreneur that I know, and he is a genius. He's able to think of things that no one else is able to think of, especially in really emotional times. This is also telling me that you need to take your emotions out of the equation and see it from a very practical perspective, kind of like a Queen of Swords. You're seeing it from a level of analysis and not of emotion, because when you get your emotions involved, you become overwhelmed and you get drained. Okay, Uranus he sparks lightning into our lives. And so this spark of lightning is not a bad thing. Even though it feels like your whole world's kind of been turned upside down, I liken this to the Tower card, it's making room for the next card, which is the Star. Okay, it's going to push you into a new way. Oh, Fox agrees. A new way of thinking and of being so that you can handle situations like this even better in the future. As someone who went through a really bad divorce, I can now look at a legal because I had to basically represent myself in a lot of cases because he took all the money. I can now look at a legal document and just figure out exactly what's going on because I spent 5 years looking at legal documents. So, and what this is doing is that even though it's really stressful, it's expanding the way that you think about the legal process and your emotional needs, wants, and desires in the future. Okay. And also it's about, protecting your family as well. Okay, Tamia, I hope that was helpful, honey. And I'm so sorry you're overwhelmed. I'm sending you lots of love. Okay, just to everybody who's here, just a reminder, we are doing an unboxing of the Creativity Oracle. I'm also using other decks so that you can see how it can be used in tandem. All right. All right, let's see. Okay, Tamia, I'm stressed. Yes, yes, I am worn out. Thank you so much. I don't know how much more I can take. Okay, that's what Uranus does. He likes to really flip the narrative. Okay, know that when you come out of the situation, you will be renewed. An example of someone who I know who went through their Uranus opposition, which happens in your early to mid 40s, just kind of depends on when Uranus wants to strike. Because he's an 84-year cycle. So it's half of that. That's your Uranus opposition. Big things happen, okay? They're not always the best, but they force us to redirect our lives. And an astrologer that I follow, he shared his experience on YouTube the other day. It was Rick Livian, and he lives right across the water from me. And during his Uranus return, he was rollerblading and he had a horrible accident that basically spiraled his life completely and totally out of control. But it led him to astrology. So, and he's an amazing astrologer and author, and he's just an overall great guy. But he wouldn't have been as deep into his astrological practice if that accident hadn't happened, because it forced him to get out of the 9 to 5 that he was in, focus inward, and develop his practice from there. Okay. All right. Let's see if we have any other questions, and then I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the show. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone, and thank you for tipping and being here. I love all of your energy. It's so great. Know that Tanis she's going to be back next week. Hopefully Oh, Parman, Alicia. Okay, this is just for you, Monte and Amy. Could we see more cards from that beautiful deck, please? I'm just going to hold up a few of them for you guys, okay? We'll do some collective cards. Okay, there's Curiosity. Oh, Curiosity kitties. That's just Zane poking through. We've got Go Deeper. Oh, I am a huge fan of this one. Look at that. I'm a big fan of herons, you guys, and it's like a heron or an egret. We have herons in our backyard here. Expressing the deeper meanings in life while staying attuned to the childlike wonder is at heart of all great art. That's beautiful. Look at that. Of course, you got those gold edges. You can see them here. And then we have Recharge. A couple of swans there. When the pace of life becomes too hectic, know to slow down, be mindful, and go with the flow. So what's really great about these cards is they have the word on the back as well as the description. And they're all numbered. So you can go right to the book and you can look up the number. So if you're giving yourself readings or friends readings, or you decide to really dive into your own practice, this is a fabulous deck to work with, especially if you're working with artists and creatives. And I know that Jeff Pulver uses this in a lot of his networking groups. And, you know, he is an internet entrepreneur and a genius, and he's really great at, you know, connecting people and ideas. And he does that using these cards. So he's kind of the pro from Dover when it comes to these. I'm just learning. Okay, let's see if we have any other comments here. Zane, oh, yes. Oh, Tamia, you're so, thanks again. Appreciate you. Seriously, you have no idea. Well, I'm glad that, hey, this is the Creativity Oracle. It delivered for you. As did the Karma cards. And they're all available in the link that I have in each of the descriptions, okay? So let's go ahead and do one more card just for everybody. Okay. Ooh, it's stuck to another one. It's a new deck. Timing. If you are in the creative flow, you feel everything flowing together in the divine order. Well, that's the perfect card to end our broadcast, guys, because the fact that you were here today to see this fabulous new release, this unboxing, and to learn more about the enchanted world of Monte Farber and Amy Zerner. Again, this is their book that's out. It's absolutely fabulous. If you want to be inspired, read this book. I mean, it's amazing what these two people have done. If you want to just kind of dive into your rising sign, your sun sign, and your moon sign, Mindful Astrology is excellent. Again, we're using the Creativity Oracle. That's great for taking care of those blocks. I've got my Karma cards, which I've been using for longer than I can remember. This is my second deck, actually third deck, because I have an original. And then we have the Wild Goddess Oracle. Okay, these are some fabulous cards that I was going through today. You can see the art and imagery there. It's absolutely stunning. And again, it has the descriptions and things on the back. Okay. All right. So thank you everyone for joining me. It has been so much fun. Amy and Monte, oh my goodness, you are the best. Thank you. I don't know why it says Facebook user, but I'm glad you told me who you were. And just Tamia and Rachel and Mercedes, thank you for tipping, guys. Amber, thank you for joining me on YouTube. Jasmine Rose, thank you for coming and bringing your energy and everything and I'm noticing there's a lot more of you. If I've missed you, Parman, good to see you too. Karen, oh my goodness. All right. Thank you everyone for showing up. And you can, again, purchase this in the link if you liked the imagery, if the messages stood out for you. Remember, I basically read from the book. So this is stuff that you can do in the comfort of your own home to help you gain some answers for your life. Okay. So thank you again for coming. And I'm just sending every single one of you love. Know that next Wednesday, Tanis will hopefully be back. Hopefully the tornado that hit her town won't come back and that she'll get some power going. And then we're going to have another special guest, another reader on. So, oh, I love you guys too. You're so welcome. Okay. So yeah, we'll be back at 4 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Central, and 7 p.m. Eastern. So again, thank you so much for being here. And again, the links for everything that I showed you today are right down here. Okay. You can just go to those links, and they're also going to be in this. So sending you guys lots of love. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you guys.